In this video guide, we're going to talk about Google Maps and how you can communicate to Google where your business is and what you're selling, and if you have products, services, etc., etc. So Google Maps is an additional service that is completely free and that you can use to promote your activity, your business, but also your website, because you can put a link to your website. Now, we already saw that you can put a map, you can get a map or a specific place on a map, and then you can get the sharing code, and then you can put it in your website, for example, in your contacts. We saw this in the Dreamweaver course, but you can also do it in WordPress. And in addition to that, you can also, again, insert a specific activity, a specific, let's say, a shop or an office where people can visit you or just see what you're doing. So what are your products and activities? So when people do a search in Google, they usually type something and they have different options. They can search using the maps. You can see the places or the maps, they usually appear at the top, so they're really important for people when they're looking for something. So this is something you cannot avoid. You need to take this into consideration. You cannot just ignore it. It's important that you create your web presence also with the Google Maps or other maps in general, so that you give the possibility to users to understand where you are. And you can see that after that we have like sponsored links, and then we have the highest rankings websites. So we have the top results, etc., etc. If you want to increase the search engine optimization, if you want to optimize, if you want to make yourself more visible, you need to use maps. You need to have a website, of course, and then also make a large use of images, not only on the website, but also in your Google places, in your Google business. So you can put products, you can use Google Places, you can use images also in your website, put the alternative text, because a lot of people, they do search via images. They don't do like standard search. And a lot of people, they do search directly on the maps. So make sure you address all these different types of search of the medium user, the average user. So you will be easily um, spotted, and you can be found easily. So let's go here and check out Google Places. Now, Google Places, if you click here, it's going to ask you for your Gmail account, for your Google account. So if you didn't set up already, you need to set it up. So you can access Google Places when you're finished, but before, you need to set up your business. So you need to go not here directly, but in Google My Business. So Google Places is the place where you will find your activity once you're finished setting up your activity on Google Maps. So it's kind of a little bit confusing sometimes, but let's go, step by step. So first of all, you want to go for Google My Business. This is right now the place where you want to go to set up your business in Google Maps and to be shown on Google Maps. So you can click here. Sometimes you also have it in your own language. So down here, I have it in my language. So choose one, the one that you want to use. But I'm going to show you just how it's going to present itself in terms of a panoramic tour and an introductory preview, and then I will show you some more snapshots, and I'll give you some more suggestions. So I'm going to go for Italian, but again, this is not a matter of language. You will have it in your own language. What we are interested in is this part right here on the right, where we can see a preview of how the thing is going to look like, for example, on a smartphone. A lot of people use a smartphone and they make search looking for a service or a product. And here you can put, again, the telephone, the closing and opening days and hours. You can put your menus. You can put information on your activity. There's a little button here to manage this activity. So you just click there and start to configure this. So you can put any information you want. You can put pictures of what you're selling, of your products or food if you're have a restaurant or something concerning the food industry. And you can also then in the back end, you can check the visitors, etc., etc. And you can see here in the previews, you have a little link button to your website. That is going to improve the visibility of your site. So if you create a site and that's it, well, that's going to be really hard to find. But if you put it in Google Maps and you put a link right here, and this is, something that can enforce, that can improve the searchability, findability of your site, of your anything you do. So I think this is a important, well, actually a paramount. It's paramount that you put your Google Plays in place, or your Google business in Maps, because that's how most of the people are gonna find you probably. And so put all the information in, then you have everything else is taken care by Google, like indications, and then you have a chat service, and you can add a telephone, etc., etc. And you can monitor the visitors, the visits, the possible clients, etc., etc. So you can then like manage and monitor everything with a kind of a backend dashboard. I'm going to show you a quick snapshot of that. So I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple here. Just access with your Gmail. So go in My Business, access with your Gmail, and then just insert the name and the location, especially of your business. And that's gonna appear in Google Maps after a while. They're gonna do a check. They're gonna see if you're the actual owner. Once that is done, you're gonna be present, visible in Google Maps. Now I want to show you here quickly also another suggestion. So make sure you use a lot of social networks. For example, I use YouTube, which is kind of a social network, and this is also called social marketing, when you use social network to improve and make your business more visible, or even just your website. So make use of every social network that you can use, because mostly they are free, and they will build an interest, a hype, let's call it like this, on your business if there is margin for that. And this is a screenshot of the dashboard of the Google My Business. Well, actually, this is how it's going to appear on the map. But if you want to see a little bit of the back end, let me see if we find it. Well, yeah, it looks something like this anyway. It's just a simple page where you can define everything. So you can look for some snapshots. You can just access My Business. You will see something like this. Let me check also here, Google Places, dashboard. So after this, you can access directly from Google Places. And when you access, you can see statistics, and you can see the backend here. So you can manage, you can change the hours, the information. You can sponsor, you can use Google Ads. We talk about this in another video. You can use ads to sponsor your site. That's another way of, marketing and sponsoring. So, you can see some snapshots here, but if you just access, you can then see this by yourself directly in your space. So this will be all for this video guide. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel to stay updated. If you want to thank us, support us, please join the channel as a supporter and check our courses in web design like Dreamweaver or WordPress, etc., etc. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next guide.